All right, today we are diving headfirst into one of the internet's wildest rabbit holes. This is a story where global pop superstardom crashes right into a centuries-old conspiracy theory. You're not going to want to miss this.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. Are K-pop idols secretly in the Illuminati? I know, it's a question you probably never ever thought you'd hear. But believe it or not, this idea recently took a corner of the internet completely by storm. The claim is that some of the biggest pop stars on the planet are part of some shadowy group that's secretly running the world. It sounds crazy, so let's get into it.
So at the very heart of this story, we've got the huge K-pop group aespa. Now, if you know them, you know they're famous for their crazy futuristic concepts and just hit after hit. But recently, two of their members got tangled up in these really bizarre rumors that just exploded online, linking them to a very, very famous and super secretive organization.
And there it is, plain and simple. This was the accusation that just lit up the online forums, that aespa's very own Ningning and Giselle are not just pop idols but card-carrying members of the Illuminati. I mean, it is a seriously wild claim. So how on earth did we even get to this point? Let's unpack it.
Okay, before we dive into the quote-unquote evidence, we got to make sure we're all on the same page here. Let's do a quick rundown of the key players in this very modern, very online drama. First up, the Illuminati. Now, for anyone who's not familiar, this is the name of a supposed secret society that conspiracy theorists believe is pulling all the strings behind the scenes. We're talking global events, politics, finance, even entertainment. They're supposedly controlling it all. It's a massive, long-running conspiracy theory, but, and this is a big but, there's no real proof that it actually exists today.
And this is where it gets kind of funny, when you really look at the comparison. On one side, you have aespa, a global K-pop phenomenon famous for their music, constantly in the public eye, all over Instagram. And on the other side, the Illuminati, an alleged secret world order that's famous for, being a secret and operating in the shadows. So, how in the world did these two things ever get connected?
Well, that brings us to the so-called evidence. A post on this really popular Korean forum called Nate Pan went totally viral, claiming it had found the proof. And believe it or not, this entire thing comes down to one specific recurring symbol.
You heard that right. This whole international conspiracy theory, connecting global pop stars to a secret society that runs the world, it wasn't built on leaked documents or some secret testimony from an insider. Nope. The entire thing was built on a single image that one person spotted in a few social media posts. That's it. So what was this symbol? It was this one-eyed motif. Now, this is one of the most famous supposed symbols of the Illuminati, and the original poster claimed they found it everywhere in Ningning and Giselle's posts. It was spotted on random objects, just sitting in the background of their photos. It was seen in some temporary tattoo designs they had. It was even apparently found in some little doodles they shared online. To the person who posted this was the smoking gun. So, the big question is, did this evidence actually convince anyone? When this post went viral, did people start to believe it? Well, the online community had a very clear verdict.
Yeah, to put it mildly, the theory did not land well. The reaction from other people online was immediate, and it was pretty brutal. It was just a tidal wave of sarcasm and people basically laughing it out of the room.
I mean, you can just feel the sarcasm dripping from this comment. They're using the term uni, which is like calling someone big sister in Korean, to pretend they're being friendly while totally mocking the original poster. They just take the whole idea to this absurd level, warning them that the idols might be watching their family.
And then you get the more logical responses, like this one. This person just cuts right through all the noise and points out the obvious. Eye designs are an incredibly common thing, especially for tattoos. It has nothing to do with this secret society. They're just like, what are you even talking about?
And this comment really captures the whole mood. It's a challenge. They're sarcastically daring the original poster to actually say this stuff out loud in the real world because they know just how ridiculous it would sound. It's basically saying, if you really believe this, go tell everyone, knowing full well they won't.
So, okay, the theory was a total flop. It got debunked and laughed at. End of story, right? Well, not exactly, because there's a much more interesting layer to this whole thing. And hidden in all the mockery, one commenter pointed out what this whole ridiculous situation actually means. And boom, that is the real takeaway here. In the totally weird world of modern celebrity, becoming the subject of a completely baseless, absolutely bonkers conspiracy theory, well, it's like a bizarre rite of passage. It's almost a badge of honor.
I mean, think about it. The biggest stars in the world, Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, you name it, they have these kinds of theories about them all the time. It seems like once you're famous enough for people to invent a secret, world-dominating alter ego for you, that's when you know you've truly arrived. So this whole thing leaves us with this really fascinating question about fame today in the 21st century. At what point does a wild, ridiculous rumor stop being just a rumor and actually become a weird sign that you've made it to the big leagues? For aespa, it looks like that moment is officially here. Thanks so much for tuning in.